Right. I've sent a letter to all of you on Tuesday and given a copy here to the clerk. I want to just spend my time on the third point in the letter because I think we already know that the first 2 points about this not being the right place for this group of folks, and also it's not right for the community, are going to be talked about a lot. But I do think that when we look at questions 4 and 5 of the financial impact and public involvement statement that were filed on this situation by Amanda Fritz and signed, it said there will be no revenue or expense impact by this action. And I'd like to just take us back to what we have to do in Portland, and that's look at highest and best use of property. And in the case of this site, we've heard a number of times in a lot of the press where the parking structure, Station Place, and the property that we're talking about are underutilized. Well, I've been over there this week, the parking lot, Station Place parking, and I've given pictures to you. I've been there 3 days. It's been absolutely capacity. And we're building a brand new hotel. We're building a new condo and a number of other apartments. We're going to put a lot of pressure on this site in the near term, and those 65 parking spots are going to be abused. And if you look at $100 to $120 a month for monthly parking, the value of that is about $78,000 to $93,000 per year. And if you capitalize that at 9%, that's $1 million value roughly. And it's double that if you go to day-to-day rates. The other thing I think you have to look at this site is that we're going to risk lower rentals in the Marriott and around the businesses. That's going to have business income tax effects. And on the Marriott, there's 6% room tax to the city, 5.5% to the county, and 2% goes to the Portland tourism group. So there's going to be a financial impact for that. Ziva's building is not going to be as leasable as those vacancies are today, and it's going to cause additional vacancies, which when you use the income test will mean that their property tax valuations will drop, and they will probably ask for abatement along with homeowners. So there are expenses here, there are real costs. You know what they are, the liabilities, the sewer hookup, water, electricity, and other costs, legal costs. And so to say that there's no cost, no impact to revenues, I think is a gross understatement. We should stop this.
Hello, I'm Julie Young. Mayor Hales and Commissioners. I'm a retired social worker. I've lived in the Pearl District for 16 years. I work with disenfranchised adults and vulnerable families whose lives were difficult in every way imaginable. As a social worker, I work with vulnerable and homeless families. I'm now a volunteer in social service organizations, and I represent the city on the Portland Children's Levy Allocation Committee. The City of Portland and its neighborhoods are renowned for innovative and sustainable solutions to land use planning, transportation options, and economic development. As taxpayers and voters, as residents, no matter what our needs are, we have come to expect this, to applaud it, and be proud of it. Smart, long-term, bold strategies that preserve and enhance the quality of life for the common good is what we should be looking for. I am opposed to the citing of right to dream or any tent community anywhere in our city, because I can't reconcile in any way the tented rest areas aligned with this city's or this region's values and goals, nor what we as individuals believe qualifies as a solution to the problem of homelessness. I find it reprehensible that the City Council could encourage or would in fact apportion our tax dollars to support tent communities. Is this the best we can do? It's disappointing also that in a city known for process, civic engagement, and creativity, we sit here today in a sad, confrontational, divisive atmosphere because communication was intentionally closed. How different this might have been had all parties been invited to come to the table in advance to share our experiences, our perspectives, our fears, and most importantly, how we can collaborate on sustainable solutions. Fortunately, it's not too late. You have the choice to exercise leadership and give time for creative minds to work this out in a manner that reflects Portland's reputation for progressive solutions. I respectfully ask you to vote no on the resolution introduced by Commissioner Fritz. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Fiona Elias, and I've been invited to speak up here on behalf of my good friend, Jane Kennedy, who is a part of the Metropolitan Association and has lived in her, the original owner, who lived in her place for 6 years, and has actually lived in the Northwest for 21 years. And Jane describes herself as an almost 74 single white woman. And she has asked me to come and speak on this on her behalf because I have spent the last 18 months filming my film called Home Skillet, which is a Portland film, and it's the story of a woman, Maggie, who awakens to the homeless and goes on a protest fast to change the lives of everyone around her. And during the 18-month course of filming this film, we have filmed dozens and dozens and dozens of interviews with homeless citizens on the street. We have been under all of the bridges in this community. We have included R2D2 in our film. We have shot at Blue Collar Shelter and Public Recognition. And Jane believes that I have an inside perspective to bring to the table. Jane and I both believe that the diversity of Portland is one of our greatest strengths, and that we are an urban center. And the stance of not in my backyard is both unproductive and unrealistic. Homelessness is not going away. We don't have an immediate solution, and we're not so certain that this might be the correct solution, but we do feel that it bears warrant and a certain look. We would say and urge that in the proposal, the word temporary be a word that is well held, that the word temporary be a word that has a no holds barred deadline, and that it is done so with the recognition that the homeless citizens of Portland are already camping under the bridges. Even right now. It already exists as a current, relevant, realistic moment in our Portland reality. And we simply urge that Dignity Village and R2D2 have set a model of efficiency and care for community that can be sustainable and upheld. And we urge the city to give it due consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Amen.
Anthony Hanson. Next four are Dan Valeri, Michael McKenna, Gloria Harrington, and Gail Shepard. Dave Davis and his group. And they'll be followed by Claudette Ross, Michael Gould, Lightning, and Richard Rebuke.